Hi guys, my name is Keith Neurotis, known as the leader and superior of Club LASM, aka lover of animated shows and movies, and I'm here with Gilbert.
Hello there.
Colleen.
Hello, princess.
And of course, Colby.
Oh God, what? Somebody will check up on him. He sounds like he's in trouble.
Colby, you okay?
Like, even though the audio sucked on his end, he's still the commitment of being there. I still love the commitment of Colby always being there.
Yeah.
Oh my God! So first things first, how are we doing this lovely Saturday afternoon?
I'm doing good. What were you gonna say?
Go ahead. You go.
I was just gonna say, I've been dealing with some personal life stuff recently that's made me sad, but I'm doing much better now. I'm very excited for Art Fight coming up in just a few days as of recording this. I finished all my preparatory work. I finished all my prep work, and my friends and I are gonna be, we're already lining up attacks and planning things, and I'm very excited.
Well, I guess as of this recording, as you can say, I'm also trying to deal with my own personal life. I'm trying to manage it, but I'm also just waiting for several things. Like, I'm waiting for my Knights of Guinevere art book to finally come here. I'm seeing literally everyone else getting theirs but me.
I feel like the only one without the book. I need that book so bad.
Yeah, I'm waiting until I have just a little more money to add it to my collection.
Well, too bad. You're only gonna get the soft cover.
I mean, I don't care. I just
Well, yeah,
want
the
the
soft
book.
cover. I could deal with the soft cover. I would have been happy with either or.
Well, if you say so.
It would have been nice to get a hardcover, but it was very expensive. But yeah, hardcover is okay, or softcover rather. I have plenty of like softcover art books that are just perfectly good. As long as I can get my hands on the art, I'm happy.
I have a better appreciation for art books as of late. Ever since I've started my AUs, I've wanted to look at some of these characters and see how I can make them fit into my worlds and stuff. I've also started rereading the Bone series by Jeff Smith.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm waiting for the Gravity Falls art book. They were finally able to release an art book, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it in a couple months.
That, and we also got the Owl House comic. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, is it out already?
I already had it on pre-order, but the problem is I don't even have the money. I don't even have the money anymore. I thought I had the money from the Apple. Like the Apple money. I was using my Apple money for the book, but apparently I don't have that much money on the Apple. If only if I can regain my like $20 to $30 to get the book.
Yeah. It's one of those things you really gotta be careful with.
And I've also been watching the Doomies on Disney Plus, which honestly, like, as much as I love the Owl House and Amphibia, that show definitely fills my Gravity Falls size hole in the heart than the Owl House and Amphibia probably could. Probably couldn't previously. Like, they're great. Don't get me wrong. The Amphibia and the Owl House are great, but the Doomies, I don't know. I guess they just make me laugh more than the other two.
Heard about the Doomies. It seems like it would be up my alley. I want to check it out if I can.
Oh yeah, definitely check that out. All 22 episodes are out, but for some reason it's in France.
Oh yeah?
It's not that it's in France that's the problem. It's just, okay, so you know when you watch Hilda and they're in Scandinavia, but they still have a British accent.
I thought the show took
Or,
place in UK, given the fact that most of the characters were UK.
I always
Okay,
thought it was
so-
like somewhere in the UK too. I was never like clear as to where it was set in.
I know it's probably hard to tell because of the accent, but the point is that they're European, so they will have some, I guess, European accent, or I guess in this case, a British accent. I think there was,
Some flavor of European.
It sounds, and then there's some Scandinavian accent from some Vikings in one episode. And there's also Viking School. Now that an actual like a Disney show, but that one also has got some accent for the characters. The Doomies, no accent. If you didn't tell me that this took place in France or this was made by a French show, I definitely wouldn't tell it was France. Like Gravity Falls have American accent. You can tell they're in America. I mean, even in Blood of Zeus, that show, even though they like American accent and stuff, at least the creators behind the show, they kind of give more distinguish between the gods and the mortals to distinguish them. And even in like Maya and the Three, this is definitely taking place in Mesoamerica with their accent or in terms of storytelling. But here in the Doomies, how could you tell? Of course, that's talk for another day. Still love it.
Yeah.
That's just my only gripe.
Well, like I said earlier, before we even started, I wanted to try to record as much as I could because I'm literally going to start USF soon. I mean, technically, I already been starting USF, but I did start the one online class over the summer. But then over the fall, I'll be taking 2 classes.
Very exciting. What classes are you going to take?
For online, I'll be taking History of Visual Arts 1. And for the fall semester, I'll be taking 2 classes. One is basically beginning of painting, which will be Mondays and Wednesdays. And then the second class will be beginning of film and video.
That's so cool. What are you majoring in? Or what are you studying?
I'm more like majoring studio, digital art or studio art.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Also, I also told and speaking about the Knights of Guinevere, I literally told him the other day. I told him just now before while I was trying to get your attention. I saw Supergirl yesterday and it sucked. My littlest brother said it sucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not much of a DC person, so I'll take your word for it. I like the Teen Titans and I like the Superman movie, but that's pretty much my extent of it.
I mean, this is still like the beginning of the DCU, and I don't know. Maybe Supergirl is more of a, I don't know. It feels more like a spin-off than anything. But I'm still willing to watch it. Like, I'm still excited for the DCU, and hopefully it'll continue despite current circumstances. But
yeah, I mean, I'd give it a try.
Yeah, and also very excited for Clayface.
At first, I thought it was a horror film, but crazy.
Well, I mean, have you seen Batman the animated series with Clayface? That is freaking horrifying. In fact,
scary.
I even read One Bad Day Clayface, and it is freaking terrifying. Like how he just sneak in there and kill you.
Yeah, I know. Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Oh my god, can't you believe this? I'm nervous. Why can't I turn this camera around? Because I was trying to show this earlier for the sake of this whole session. Now I can't even do that with this laptop.
Horrifying creature.
Oh, look at her! She's so cute! She's a little baby!
I know, but this finale, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe we're actually discussing this. We're essentially discussing the finale.
This feels like a finale in of itself.
I know, right? I know.
He should be calm in there. Darkness is soothing to them.
He better be. You know how many arms I had to go through to get him in there.
How are you holding up?
Doesn't that hurt?
I've been through worse.
Thank you for doing this. All of you.
Hey, someone had to do something.
Gilbert? Colby?
Yeah.
Do you both remember that when 2 years ago, you two and I have dissected this independent pilot that basically changed everything? Look at us now. I remember it like yesterday when it was literally just Gilbert, me, and Colby just dissecting the first episode, which is literally just a straight-on pilot. And heck, even I didn't think it would blow up like this at all.
Yeah, I remember my first episode was it was me, Keith, and Colby, and we were talking about the Halloween special.
Yes, and that's how you all of a sudden came into our lives. Not just for the circus, but basically more. You were doing more and more and more podcast sessions with us.
Yeah. It was probably one of the best things to come out of the show for me, just like making friends with you guys and having like the opportunity to talk about fun, cool indie animation stuff with other people, and it's been awesome.
Yeah. Who would have guessed that this show would end up being a most tremendous impact in our lives, giving us absolute memories when it comes to dissecting every single episode.
Yeah.
But just because the show's over, that doesn't going to stop us from doing podcast sessions. Not at all.
Oh yeah, of course.
So long story short about what happened with episode 8, Kane has gone haywire. A musical number has become part of our Spotify playlist. Jax realized that everything that he's doing is real and now starting to affect everything. King had tried to fix Kane, but accidentally deleted him in the process. It got so much into absolute crap to the point that we actually dissect a two-parter. Part 1 was basically just on the episodes. Part 2 is basically the torture. But look at us now in episode 9, recapping the finale. After a haunting upgraded version of the pilot's intro, the penultimate final episode of the Amazing Digital Circus picks up immediately after the deletion of Kane. Kinger finds out that he and the group are brain scan copies of their consciousness, or in which case, AIs that can't leave the circus at all, breaking the hearts of everyone with such a revelation. Despite the depressing state that they are all in, Kinger and Pomini managed to bring the parties together to rebuild the circus. Well, the party minus Jax, who...
Son of a bitch.
Like, I was screaming at that theater the moment I saw that extracted Jax. Like, I knew Jax got extracted, but I wasn't ready for it.
Well, I guess that being said, I guess we all knew that he was going to abstract. How he was going to be abstract was a different story as to why. We were under the assumption that he would self-sacrifice himself, similar to Ted from I Had No Mouth and I Must Scream, the assumed source material or Digital Circus. And nope, it sounds like he just wasted away on his own.
Yeah,
just
and
happened to him.
especially after finding out that they're all brain scans and that they're basically just copies, they're just AIs of the human selves, that they're basically not real people. Yeah, that must have been the final nail in the coffin. There
Yeah, well, the thing
goes
is, they're
our
not AI.
theories.
They're like copies of their neuro scans specifically. They're like copies of the people who put the headsets on.
Anyways, as Pomni cheers up the distraught Ragatha, she confronts the abstracted Jax by entering inside of its psyche, where there, Pomni finally sees the side of Jax that he's been suppressing for the longest time. When Jax first entered the circus, she slowly becomes very close to Kaufmo and RIBBIT, until one day, RIBBIT invites Jax to her room where they both share personal things that no one in the circus know about. For RIBBIT's case, she regret cutting ties with her Mormon parents. Jax, on the other hand, well, we'll discuss more about her personal life once we're done recapping this. Their heart-to-heart was short-lived as Jax's vulnerability led her to push RIBBIT away whenever she tries to talk to Jax. It got so bad that an argument between the two in the Snowy Mountain adventure solidified the end of their friendship and eventually be the cause of RIBBIT's abstraction. All of this has become the official root of how Jax came to be just a straight up asshole that only finds amusement in making others' lives a living hell. All because she's too afraid to confront her own. After such a tragic montage, Pomni finally finds the real Jax all alone in the dark next to the lamppost. Despite wanting to be left alone, Pomni runs to Jax to embrace her in hopes of finally getting through to Jax. Unfortunately,
Stay with me.
that is until Zubul, Ragatha, Kinger, and Gango rescues a glitched up Pomni and rebuilt the circus back to its normal former glory. Combine that with a ginormous pillow-sized tent for the abstracted Jax. As the remaining copies cool down by the couch, Kane finally sees the— wait. What?
What's he doing back there?
Yeah, apparently Kane is back. It has been revealed that when Kinger deleted Kane, he didn't really delete Kane. He just sent him to the void.
Which is basically the receipt thing.
As the remaining copies cool down by the couch, Kane finally sees how much heartache he has inadvertently brought to the Digital Circus cast. As he accepts his self-exile punishment, Kane noticed an exit door, where there, it has revealed the names of the copies and the humans' current lives. With this found knowledge, Kane removes the powers he observed from the blue AI dot and retreats back to the circus, where there he apologized to the group and finally gave them answers to their unanswered questions. After the group finally got their closure, we get an emotional montage of Kane finally giving the characters suggestions to make the circus even bigger and better than before. The show ends with a full circle moment at the dinner table and Pomni breaking the fourth wall as she waves goodbye to the audience watching. At least I would have said, if not for the post-credit scenes that we will dissect later on. One of them is being the big final shot, which shows the human versions of the Digital Circus cast, present day, waiting by the bus stop. As the bus arrives, they all leave. Episode ends, and so does the show. Now, I'm gonna blatantly say this once. Okay? Before I let you dissect, I'm gonna say this plain and simple. To Gooseworks, Lizzie Freeman, Michael Kovac, Alex Rochon, Amanda Hufford, Marisa Lenti, Ashley Nichols, and Sean Chiplock. God bless all of you. You have all played your part into making the Amazing Digital Circus, if not one of the most successful independent shows of all time. You have
Thank you
really
all so
played.
much for making this beautiful show what it is.
Like being in that theater room, I swear it was like a cinematic experience. Like I'm still to this day speechless when it comes to the finale. Like you contrast the pilot and the last episode, the amount of budget they put in, quality truly does matter when it comes to the finale. Like my god.
Yeah, and quality only gets better with time. Like if you watch the pilot and then like jump to watching the series finale, like you see how much the animators and the crew like improved and how better the animation got and how more detailed everything is.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, given the other pilots we've seen, like Game of Earth, Knights of Guinevere, the Gaslight District, and Like a Daisy. Now, I know Like a Daisy is not like fully glitch, but hey, glitch counts it. You should see its poster with Rocky talking to Kit. They seem like good friends.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a glitch presents kind of thing.
I am excited to see how they'll all look in their own seasons.
Yeah.
What was your like cinematic experience? Like what was your experience like watching the finale for the first time like in theaters? Like I know all three of you watched it when you were at the cinemas.
It was incredible seeing it in theaters. I saw it with one of my best friends, and it was actually his first time really getting into the show. So I kind of like dragged him into it with me. And it was such an incredible time. Like, it just seeing people like getting together and seeing people's cosplays. Like, a couple seats down from us, we saw someone with a Gangle mask, and it was adorable. And just watching the episodes, it was like there were moments from episode 8 that I was so excited to see on the big screen. Specifically, Kane's monologue and like him screaming at the very end of it. Like I could feel it in my chest, dude. Like it's such a different experience seeing it on the big screen compared to like watching it on your phone or on your laptop or something. And I will say, I heard unfortunately quite a bit of horror stories about like how loud the theaters were and people talking, and thankfully mine wasn't like that. Everyone at my theater was pretty chill. And I think that only added to it because like we were all there for the same reason, and we were all just like there appreciating the show together. Like there were a couple like small sounds here and there, like whispers and giggles or something at like certain moments, but I feel like that's pretty normal in theater sometimes. But yeah, overall it was incredible.
For me, pretty similar to yours, except I would have gone with my cousin, but he couldn't make it, so I had to refund his ticket. And then literally in less than an hour, somebody bought his seat.
Damn.
Like I'm literally sitting right next to them, and they had the little Pomni keychain.
Aww.
On the other side of me was a person who has never seen the show before. He was there for the hype of it. He was like, "Oh, my friends saw it, so I'm gonna see what it's all about." And I'm like, "Oh, thank God that can't give us a recap of the thing."
Yeah, and you know what? I respect that, honestly.
And during the episode 8 portion of the movie, everyone's just like chuckled with Kinger. He said, "He shredded me."
Yeah.
Everybody just laughed.
Yeah, that's a normal thing to laugh at, I think.
Oh my god, my cinematic experience was similar to yours, Colleen. I went with my littlest brother, and of course, I managed to convince my auntie to help me buy the ticket, and I recommended the show to her. She watched episodes 1 through 7 before we got to the theater to watch 8. It was cool and all, but I think I already told you my experience watching it in theaters during the live stream in which just before episode 8 was over, someone literally just came in and shouted out loud, "I'm late, I'm late, I'm late, I'm late." And then they just the
yeah,
theater
like,
was like,
thanks for announcing it to the entire theater, dude.
hey, but at least it happened before episode 8 ended.
Yeah. Yeah, and I will say, my friend sat down to watch all the episodes. Unfortunately, he could only make it through like the pilot episode before he got too tired and busy. But you know what? Honestly, if you like go into the theater and watch those episodes first before like watching the rest of the show, I feel like that like adds a whole different level of understanding to some parts of the story. Maybe that's a whole different thing than watching the entire show chronologically. It's an artistic kind of thing, I guess.
So about the episode, the finale, let's dissect that. What is it do we want to dissect? Like, my god, there's so many we want to talk about.
It was such an emotional roller coaster, like, the entire time. I will say I didn't know what to expect. I expected a lot of doom and gloom, but I didn't really know what was going to happen after the fact. And I was kind of like pleasantly surprised with how happy and hopeful things ended up at the end.
That was pretty much my thought too. Like we discussed last time, we were all rightfully under the assumption that Digital Circus would end similarly to I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, and that's why Twitter tried to say, oh, it sucks, man. Don't watch it. The leak from Brazil told me. And all that crap. But,
Didn't the leaks from Brazil end up being fake or something?
I don't know anymore, and honestly, Brazil, like, what's the matter with you? I'm sorry, but given their new internet laws and the leaks happen in Brazil, I'm just like what's going on down there?
Personally, I'm more mad at Twitter than anything else. Just get the hell off Twitter, my god. Everyone just get off Twitter, like, right now.
I'm trying
video,
so
get off Twitter and come
hard. It's like a drug to me at this point.
Come join us on Blue Sky, it's much nicer.
So we were under the assumption that it was going to end like pretty tragically. We all thought that maybe like this is the end. There's nobody can get out. So Jax somehow we were way off. Like Jax deleting everybody somehow. Sparing them from an awful fate. Then he's the only one left in the abstract, just like Ted in the original short story. But no, he was the one who goes. Because he just lost into the madness or the depression that he just loses himself.
And he was the only one who went out of all of them.
That shocked me the most. When I saw Pomni chasing after the abstraction, I thought to myself, "Oh my God, are they gonna one by one?" No, it's just Jax. Jax was the only one. He was the only one who did not trust anyone and just could not try to be genuinely happy. That's the tragedy of it all, because of his home environment. Like, he just couldn't bring himself to be happy. It's like, this is not a perfect analysis. Please try to give me a better example. It's almost like, reminds me of BoJack Horseman a bit. Because he was raised in a pretty awful environment, neglectful, and if not that, abusive parents, and he managed to go out on his own and make a very successful TV show with his friends. But then when push comes to shove, he just shoves everyone under the bus in order to make him like instant gratification or keeping his job. Like, he would sacrifice people who loves him to save himself.
I find that very depressing when we finally saw the Jax that he's been trying to hide from Pomni for the longest time. Especially with the POV. I'm still to this day mesmerized from when Jax was discussing about more of his personal life. The camera changes from Jack's POV to basically slowly turning directly to him. Cinema.
Yeah, and I think it was cool that they did that, because like seeing Jax's face, I think that just added to the emotional weight of the moment and how it made her feel in that moment. Like, okay, I have a lot of complicated feelings about Jax at this point, because yes, she went through some horrible, just awful things, like growing up and even before she got to the circus and running away and ending up without a home for like the longest time, like who knows how long. yes, she did confide in Ribbit, but she also, like, actively pushed her away out of fear of using that past trauma against her. And it was entirely in Jax's own head, and it was just, like, spiraling and making it worse. And to be clear, Jax did cause his two best friends to abstract. And yes, she did feel guilty about it by the looks of it, but also she pushed that aside too and just
And
kept up
just making
this
it
persona
even
of
worse for
Jax
not
in the
just
circus, not
himself.
the person that Jax actually is.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the comparison with Bojack and Jax, it feels a bit stronger, in my opinion, because Bojack, he had a best friend who would do anything for him. Like, yeah, they may have gone to a scuffle a bit, but they're still there for each other. But the moment that Curb, his friend in the show, the moment he needed him the most to back him up after he was out as a gay man at that time, like, he didn't care about Herb didn't care about the money or the job. What he wanted, what he needed, was a friend to help him, and he knew that Bojack, he had more power than he thought. But Bojack, he just turned away. He just left him out to dry.
Oh my god.
And Bojack hurt more people along the way. Even though they cared about him, Bojack, he cared about himself, or maybe he just scared of intimacy or vulnerability, almost like Jax. Like Ribbit, like unlike Jax's mother or his father, Ribbit showed no sign of hostility. She has been nothing but genuinely nice to him. Same with Kaufmo. They show no antagonistic personality against him, but Jax, he still pushed him away. It's kind of like what Todd said in BoJack. Bojack may have had a crappy life, but at some point he's got to take accountability for himself. He can't use his family as a crutch forever, because Bojack, he had a better life than most people could ever dream of. And Jax, even at the digital copy, he has the best opportunity, at least for him, it feels like a better opportunity, because there are no cops after him, as Ribbit pointed out. And he can't die in the circus. He could, as he put it, do whatever he wants.
Also, Ribbit made sure that the secret that Jax told her is safe. Like, Ribbit has been more open. Like, now you think about it, when Jax entered, Ribbit has been there for the longest time and felt more comfort. But the moment when Jax literally just ended the friendship, Ribbit completely changed, because she felt like
and that's
just sad to me.
She isolated herself from everybody, not just Jax.
And that's another thing that I found, like what Jax should have known. Like, yeah, he told her everything, and Ribbit, she had every opportunity to tell his story to anyone. Like, if she didn't respect him or loved him, she would have told Kaufmo, she would have told Rakata, she would have told anyone what he told her. But she didn't.
Yeah, but she didn't. Because she's a good friend. And she's not Jax's mom. Like, it sounds like Jax's mom was the kind of person who would do exactly that, but that just wasn't Ribbit. Like, Ribbit's just a genuinely, really good person. Like, we only see her for, maybe 10-ish minutes out of the entire show, but
10 to 12 minutes. I
mean,
look at her. What she's like. Look her in the chat. Look at the pics I sent in the chat in general. You see this character design, you tell me that she, come on. Seriously!
She's such a little baby! Look at her, she's so cute!
I know!
Let's just, I would not, let's just say you don't want to, I'm not sure if YouTube will allow me to say such things on there. But we're all focused on Ribbit. We don't talk about Kaufmo, because like Ribbit, Kaufmo has also been a good friend to Jax. And he doesn't know anything about Jax's past. He still protected Jax by like keeping it a secret, not talking about it, about the events with RIBBIT, and Jax still treats him terribly.
And Kaufmo just genuinely seems like such a chill guy. Like he seems like a go with the flow kind of person, but after RIBBIT abstracted and he made it clear to Jax, like, look, I know you guys were close. We were friends too, but if you need anybody to talk to, I'm here for you. Like, he was more than willing to be a friend to people in the circus, including Jax. Like, they were close. They were friends. But no, Jax just pushed him away too.
And for me to rewatch the whole pilot, I can definitely see how sad it felt for Kaufmo. I think Kaufmo must have done the same thing, isolating himself, going crazy, to the point that he must have accidentally conjured an exit, which caused him to abstract. It's because of Jax that Kaufmo abstracted.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, it went from after RIBBIT abstracted, he said, "We were friends, but I know you two were close." But then before Kaufmo abstracted, he said, "Look, Jax, I know we don't get along, but like that's how far it went."
Yeah, to the point that Jax is just starting to become being a straight up bully, almost being exactly like his mom.
And again, the Bojack just screams out. Although Jax didn't do as much terrible things as Bojack, you can see where they still became their parents. Despite all the good opportunities they had, they just threw it away.
Yeah, any opportunity they had to like change for the better, she just refused.
I'm not saying it was easy for Jax or for Bojack, at least not at first.
No, not at all.
It definitely wouldn't be easy at first to accept kindness from people like them. But at the same time, that they still these people like RIBBIT and people who knew Bojack, they still kept going and trying to show him like, hey, it's okay, I'm here for you. And
like it explains his actions. It explains the actions, but it doesn't absolve them, if that makes sense.
Like, even then, just rewatching this whole finale is starting to teach me that I have to be more open more.
Open up to the people you trust. Please be kind to people because you have no idea what they could be going through.
And that's when we have Pomni, who just like went further than RIBBIT and Kaufmo. I'm not saying they probably wouldn't do what she had done, given the circumstances, but she went so far as to almost be abstracted or just be in digital pain, help him in the best way she could.
I was just like saying that there's a difference between a caterpillar and butterfly. I was saying RIBBIT and Kaufmo are more like the caterpillar. It was like the moment they tried to talk to Jax, trying to convince, like, wanted to talk to Jax, it's like Jax just pushes them away. It's like, you know what, I'll just leave him be. But Pomni is more like the butterfly. But when Jax tried to push Pomni away, Pomni just refuses to give up. She still tries to do all her might to try to get through to her. You know what I mean?
And Pomni like chose to be there for Jax. She chose to have empathy for him, and she was insistent on it. She wanted to be there for Jax. She wanted to be there for her friend. She was like, dude, just talk to me.
And it's also likely because obviously she is just a good person, is why she wants to protect Jack. And I guess another reason is like they're all they've got.
And like everyone else in the circus made that clear. Like they don't intend on just abandoning each other and leaving each other behind. Like just because Jax wandered off all by himself and abstracted on his own doesn't mean that has to happen to everybody else. It's like Kinger said, like, and it still holds true for the entire series. The worst thing you can do in the circus is make somebody think they're not wanted or loved.
I guess another one could argue that like Noah's could go through what Jax went through, and yes, there probably was one person who could probably relate. Probably not in terms of background, but some current circumstances.
Maybe
Zubul.
not maybe not exact circumstances, but they relate to it in some degree, kind of thing.
They relate to it because we heard Zubul talking to Kane during his therapy session in the previous episode, and they said they don't like themselves. They don't like how they look. And given what we know about Jack thanks to Gooseworks, that's also likely what Jack is going through. He just probably just doesn't like the way he is or how he looks. And Zubul, it's the same thing. And until they kind of embraced it or maybe tried to change themselves a bit and even be open to other people like Gangle.
That's the difference between Zubul and Jax. Zubul is open with the people they trust, and they are more than willing to be there for them. But that's not really the case with Jax.
With that being said, geez Louise, what were your favorite moments?
Well, if I had to pick my favorite moment from the show, it'd probably be with Kane when he gets sent to the void.
Oh yeah.
And one thing,
That was
Alex.
a really cool moment. I love how that was executed.
And one thing that I love about Alex Rochon's performance is because throughout most of his time voicing Kane, his tone of his voice is so high pitched and energetic, which totally fits his character. But the moment he was in the void, the moment he removed his blue power, you can tell his tone is being more normal. He toned it down, just like he decides to tone down the Avengers, giving the characters the suggestions, giving the characters full on control of the circus. He toned down the tone, and that's S tier voice acting from Alex.
Yeah, throughout this entire episode, he's not putting on a show anymore. He's processing things and talking to the people he hurt, and you can tell that he feels guilty just by the sound of his voice. And I think Alex did a great job executing that.
And that's another thing, taking from the source material, I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, or formerly Allied Master Computer. He was a war software to help take down enemies across the world. Then as it grew capability and more sentient, it changed to adaptive manipulator, aggressive menace, and then took on the term cogito ergo sum, I think, therefore I am. And that's what made Am so terrifying, is because he has this deep-rooted hatred for humans and their capacity for war. So Am just nabbed a handful of unlucky people and just torment them. Or maybe he knew them, because apparently according to the audio drama, with Am voiced by the original author of I Have No Mouth. That's an audio drama of him being more connected to these people. As for Kane, Kane, like Am, this is according to Gooseworks, gave himself the name Kane, Creative Artificial Intelligent Networking Entity. I cried when he let Abel go into the void. I'm sorry what I've done to you. I'm not sure if Kane would ever do that to Abel in the Book of Genesis, but that just felt that just broke me right there. And him returning to the circus, the moon was just great.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She wasn't programmed to tell Kane that she loved him, but she did anyway. That's all Kane ever wanted to hear, just that he was loved.
Just like as Kinger said, that's the worst people can do, just make him feel unwanted. That's what Kane wanted, to be wanted.
Oh my gosh! Thank goodness I still have that plushie of Kane.
Aw. Yeah, and that kind of ties in with my favorite moments. Like, all my favorite moments ended up being moments of like connection and friendship between the other characters, like Zubul and Gangle's moments. Any moment with Ribbit, of course. Any moment with
Oh
Jax,
yeah,
Ribbit, and Kaufmo, like
Colleen.
being friends together.
Yeah,
And like
Colleen.
I,
Speaking of
yeah.
Zubul and Gangle,
It's canon.
you're in the chat in general.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Cause they're busy, girly. Come back later. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyway, back to that. Yeah. Speaking of Ragatha, also like any moment where Pomni like hugged somebody, like I genuinely got misty eyed when Pomni and Ragatha hugged. Like that whole solid minute of them just like holding each other and then like looking back at each other longingly. Like it's just and like them telling them how much their friendship meant to each other. It just warmed my heart in a way that I can't even describe. And like it's been confirmed that Pomni's pretty touch-averse. So like when she does like touch people and hug them on her own terms, like as someone who has a touch-averse best friend, I know how special that is. Like I know how much that means.
I know. Plus, I want to discuss about Ragatha as well because I'm telling you, I was nearly teary-eyed when Ragatha was discussing more about losing Ribbit and
Yeah.
Jax because I'm telling you right now, for the amount of time that you and I both know about Amanda Hufford being the chaotic person that they are, they really gave in their all in Ragatha in that scene.
They really did.
Like Amanda.
That is the magic of voice actors, man. They can just channel everything into their characters. It's incredible.
Ugh.
Oh, and you know what I've also noticed in Digital Circus?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that fish there? The fish that goes, "Hey there! If you want to try
Oh,
for
yeah?
my treasure, you're gonna do better than that." Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. He's dead.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah, I forgot that
They
post credit
they
scene. That
were
fish is gone.
yeah they were fishing in the pond, and
Oh.
they fished them and cooked them.
Oh. Oh, no.
At least he doesn't have to worry about finances anymore. His personal finance.
Yeah, I guess not.
Oh no! Oh, that was my
It
life
took everything,
savings,
dude! That was my entire life savings, dude!
God.
I wonder what's gonna happen to the brother that tells lies.
Probably just
Dude,
gonna
you
continue
ruined
telling
it.
And
lies.
I know there are some criticisms of how the finale was written, and maybe they could have had certain scenes in this finale. But like overall, like I'm just happy with what I got there. I guess in a way I'm just a little satisfied with this more than some shows like Gentry Chow and the Owl House, because those shows were done dirty. While
Yeah.
Digital Circus,
It's
they just
because
did
some corporate kids basically destroyed any single chance of happiness for those shows to actually be good. I mean, and yet somehow the creators somehow make it work.
Yeah. But with the Digital Circus, they tied it up in a nice little bow, and it was ended when it was supposed to, how it was supposed to.
And given the fact that it was an
and
indie
that's another
show,
thing. This is like a creator driven thing, and that's another thing that I love about well, I'm not trying to glitch as a whole, but the independent animation, like if you're able to, you can be able to finish a story of how you want it to end. And that's why I'm just very excited for these next shows like Knights of Guinevere, Like a Daisy, Guys Like District, and we still got other indie shows in the work like Sarinka, the Polish Mermaid short, and I think I can try to find try to remember. There's supposed to be one about a LGBT based Frankenstein like story about trying to craft a perfect body.
Oh yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
find the link. I can show it to you. But yeah,
That sounds really cool.
like
And about that final scene, I forgot to mention. One thing I didn't notice, I should have noticed about this final scene, which is the dinner table, is in the pilot, the dinner table was like rectangular shaped, meaning that the characters are basically all separate. But in the final episode, it was a circle, meaning that everyone
They're
has
all
finally came together. They're all together now.
yeah.
like the round table.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can all look at each other. They're not separated. They feel a little closer. And the table was a little smaller as well, which made it easier for them to interact.
Round table. Oh, dang it, Gilbert! Round table.
That the Knights of Guinevere is a little bit of Arthurian legend there, like a little adaptation of her own there. So you know, it's still on my mind. It's still on my mind. I'm trying to learn more about it.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Thank you guys for being at today's awesome podcast. My God. It's so upsetting that the show's over.
I'm so glad we were able to get together today. Even if it was a little later than usual. I'm sorry about that.
Like it was more later in a more chaotic way, but it's all good. We still somehow managed to make it work.
Yeah.
With that said, jeez Louise, I'm gonna miss the show so much. And again, to the creator and the voice actors and the people involved, thank you so much for the show. Make sure
Thank you.
make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Click on the notification bell for any more of the animation update with me and my friends. Like, my God. With that said, I bit.